Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So I'm just going to start this off by saying that if you have been watching my channel for any prolonged period of time, you know I have kind of an obsession with games that came out in my childhood, or in this case games I played in my childhood, kind of like Phantom Hourglass, which was a major part of my childhood, because first, I don't know actually how this came about, because I know my mom got it for me, and I was like, this is hard and complicated. I'm not quite old enough for this yet. So my mom started playing it, and I would watch over her shoulder as she held my DS and played this game, and I became fascinated with it, but then she got stuck on a temple, and I was like, oh, okay, I've been watching you play this for a while. I'm willing to try it, and then I beat it. And she never played again, and I ended up beating that save for her. Until I got stuck on the final boss, where you had to draw... Okay, no, if you played this game, tell me if you had as much difficulty doing this as I did. When you have to draw the hourglass shape on the slate in order to freeze the boss and to attack them, I would draw a freaking hourglass and to be like, it's not an hourglass. I don't know what you drew. It's not an hourglass. I drew an hourglass game. But anyways, that totally didn't bother me. What? But anyways, speaking of Phantom Hourglass, I kind of, it's not a faithful recreation, but it's more than inspired by. But I created the grappling hook item that you see in that game, so let's jump into that before I start ranting about the boss fight again. Alright, so as always, let's see it in action. But first I have to go get my item, the grappling hook. Alright, grappling hook was found. Stand on the marked tiles to launch yourself across or over and across gaps. Yep, sure. Okay, but what if I don't stand on the marked tiles? Oh, look, I'm an arrow. Okay, oh, sorry. Let's use my mouse. I want to go here. Let's grapple to this one. Oh, I'm too far away. What about this one? Still too far away? Fine. Okay. I'll do this properly. Stand where it wants me to stand. And I want to go here. Yay! I did it! Okay, but what if I want to go back? Let's try that again. And yay! I did it! Ignore the bell sound effect. My headphones were dead, and I didn't feel like finding the plug to actually physically plug them in. So I just selected the first sound effect that sounded good without actually hearing it, because it was the middle of the night when I did this. But anyways, first of all, let me show you the item, because it's not a weapon, it is an item, and it's literally just grappling hook. There's absolutely nothing... Sorry, I have to shift the way I'm sitting. I was sitting crisscross, and my ankle was hating me. But anyways, there's nothing special about it. Absolutely nothing. I'd probably want to have this sit like that so you don't accidentally get rid of it. But the most important thing on this... Hi, Rainy. Sorry, my dog just came to say hello. Is we have this event, which has 5 event tabs, and this, which is just the main character's photo with a switch set on start, and it just hangs out there for now. But that was just for me. That you don't need to have that. That was just a reminder for me. But then we have the loop going here, which is label top, jump to label. If button, now I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to do a bunch of stuff like this, please find a plugin that allows you to use your entire keyboard so you're not stuck using page up and page down 1,000 times. That'll just confuse the player. But anyways, if page up is being triggered, it gets the location of the player and turns you to control self switch A. I had this clicked for the entire time because if you don't have the grappling hook, you shouldn't be able to get this event. But anyways, control switch A, gather followers, finds where you are, adds the arrow, adds this guy to the party, and turns off menu access, then control self B, and then turns A off, top label if cancel is being triggered, then transfers player back to where they were before, which is using the information I got previously. Then I remove select, and I forgot to add this in, but this is very important. If I can remember where I did it. I swear it was in here. That wouldn't make sense. No, it has to be in here. Here it is. Enable. There we go. And that ends it. If OK is triggered, it figures out where the player is again. And if the player is on the same region, sorry, not player. If the player started on the same region and then the player is currently, or the arrow is currently on the correct region, then it turns to C. Otherwise, it tells you it's too far away. Same for this one. Let me actually show you these regions so you can tell what I'm doing. If the player is standing on 10 and the selection equals 11, it's good. If the player is standing on 18 and the selection equals 19, they're good. That's basically all that's checking. And that was cute. And then both of them go to control switch C. However, one of these is if region ID is 11 and 19, they're the same event. It just changes where the player is going. So I'm just going to walk you through in detail one of them. But it turns B off, then sets this event right up here, the main character photo I was talking about, sets it there. It turns them the proper direction. It turns the switch start on, which reveals the image. And then I do this twice because I'm paranoid and sometimes it doesn't work. Then it plays that sound effect. Then it jumps the player the appropriate distance, left or right. You could obviously also do up or down. Then it transfers the player without fading the screen. So it's seamless. Transfers the player, removes select, and then I turn start off so this fades, but since select has been removed with the common event, which I will show you at the end of this, then the player's back, then it turns all the switches off, and which would bring you back to the very beginning of it. So let me show you those common events that I used. I used 3 different common events in this one. The first one is the one I'm on now, which just gets all the information about where the player is. And then there are 2 others I used, which are the same event, just reversed. So this one gathers followers together, turns all of this stuff on through direction fix, stepping and walking off, sorry. Then it adds arrow. Yes, okay, that's what I was doing. It adds this party member, not the other one. And then it does a very important step. This one's very, very important. It tells who was in the party. Since I only have 2 characters that can be in my party, I only need to do this twice. If you have more than that, you would need to make one for every single one of your characters, especially if you have a party system in place where you can swap them out. You want to make sure they all get added back in. But I turn C and A on. Those are already pre-existing ones I had, so I just reused them. Then it removes Caleb and removes Uno, and then when you're removing select, it adds them back in if that switch that we changed was on, removes arrow, turns off all the stuff I turned on, and turns on all the stuff I turned off, and then it turns the switches for these 2 off again. Yeah, and I know it seems pretty complicated, but you need to watch this video as many times as you can until you can figure it out. But yeah, I hope it was helpful, and if you have any questions, comments, more stuff you'd like to see, please leave it down in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!